Welcome to Facts TV News, where everything is true. 16-year-old Kevin Richards of Old Harbour missing. An another alert has been activated for 16-year-old Kevin Richards of Lost Street, Old Harbour in St. Catherine, who has been missing since Saturday, August 20. She is of dark complexion, medium build, and about 5 feet 4 inches tall. Reports from the Old Harbour Police are that about 5 p.m., Kevin was last seen at home wearing a white blouse and brown tights. She has not been heard from since. Anyone knowing Kevin's whereabouts is being asked to contact the Old Harbour Police at 876-983-2255, Police 119 emergency number, or the nearest police station. Police seized firearm in Vineyard Town. The police seized a .38 revolver on Georgiana Close in Vineyard Town, Kingston on Sunday, August 21. Reports from the Elliston Police are that about 10:45 a.m., a team of officers conducting operations in the community found the firearm beneath a water tank. No one was arrested in connection with the seizure. Investigations are ongoing, the police said. Trelawney man charged after robbing woman in her parked vehicle. 24-year-old Omar Thompson, otherwise called Mayo, a farmer of Litchfield District, Waitabit in Trelawney, has been arrested and charged with illegal possession of firearm, robbery with aggravation, and discharging a firearm within 40 yards of a public thoroughfare following an incident at the Dryland District in the parish on Wednesday, April 6. Reports from the Waitabit Police are that about 10:10 a.m., a woman parked her pickup truck and was awaiting someone. Thompson then attacked and robbed her of $250,000 and a black LG cellular phone valued at $25,000. Thompson then fired shots in the air before escaping in the area. On Saturday, August 20, he was arrested and charged following an interview. Scores turned out for funeral of Panko Francis in Mandeville. Scores of mourners, many of them clad in Jamaica Labour Party GLP green, gathered at the Northern Caribbean University in Mandeville for the funeral of GLP councillor Cleon Francis. Francis, who died at age 52 on July 8 after being hospitalized close to a month, served as counsel for the Knockpatrick Division. Among those expected in attendance at the funeral are GLP leader and Prime Minister Andrew Holness and Deputy Prime Minister and GLP Secretary Dr. Horace Chang. Advocates Network calls on Jamaicans to complete Garvey's mission. A call is being made for Jamaicans to build up their confidence, find common ground, and change the country's governance system, which includes the much-sought transition into a republic. Member of the Advocates Network, Professor Rosalie Hamilton, made the call while addressing the IRA FM annual Marcus Garvey tribute celebration in Orchard, St. Anne on Sunday. Professor Hamilton noted that it's time that Jamaicans take back the power to give a clear signal to the political directorate that they need to fulfill the wishes of the populace. She said Jamaica must complete Garvey's mission of full freedom.
So as we look to the future, the conversation now is about creating a Jamaican republic. And I think the best way to honor the life and the work of our national hero, Marcus Mackay Garvey, is to complete his mission to empower and uplift Jamaicans. That's the outstanding business. That's the future. Yes, we must remove the Queen of Head of State, as well as the legacy of colonialism. It is time. It's not credible for Jamaica, who have led the world, Marcus Garvey has led the world, to talk about freedom, rights. And in 2022 today, we still have the last legacies of the colonial power, the Queen. A Queen who can't apologize to us and say there were crimes against humanity. A Queen who is not prepared to engage in reparatory justice. How do we continue to have such a Queen as our head of state? We must also establish the institutional arrangements to build the self-confidence and the self-reliance that Marcus Garvey talked about. To create first-class education, to build world-class businesses with the capacity to win in a global marketplace so that we can earn the foreign currency we need to buy the goods and services so that we don't have to, every time the dollar move, all the way in trouble, right? We're earning enough and we can pay our way. We don't have to be so indebted. That's the challenge for us. That's where we need to go. And we must strengthen the voice of our people and put new governance arrangements in place that will make sure that the Jamaican people is sovereign. It's not just moving the Queen as head of state. That's important, and we need to do it with a matter of urgency. We need to do it now. But the unresolved matter is how we put our governance arrangement, how we put the political arrangements in place that will strengthen the voice of the Jamaican people.
Favor calls on church to help tackle bad behavior in schools. The Ministry of Education is calling on the faith-based community to help in a drive to stamp out antisocial behaviors in schools. We believe that the church can be a powerful ally in their quest to affect a change in behavior, said Education Minister Favor Williams. The ministry is seeking the support of the church community in partnering with us to implement character education programs in our schools and the wider society, she noted. The objective is to produce well-adjusted students with strong moral conduct and ethics who have respect for themselves and others to guide the country's future. Williams was addressing congregants at the Andrews Memorial Seventh-day Adventist Church in the corporate era on Saturday. She noted that partnership between church and state remains an important connection in ensuring lasting peace in the society. The Education Minister said that churches in Jamaica have long played a significant role in the development of the country's education system, in church outreach programs, and in shaping the character of the people. She noted that over the many decades, the Seventh-day Adventist Church has guided and influenced generations of Jamaicans and persons across the globe. Your outreach ministries have had a deep impact on the lives of thousands of Jamaicans, and we need you to continue doing what you're doing because you do it well, she said, noting that the various youth programs and ministries of the church provide the foundation for what can be achieved through partnership. We value your input and perspectives as you continue in your individual and collective work in advancing the education of our children, she added. JTA weary of re-engaging retired teachers. As the issue of teachers deserted the public school system for better options overseas continues to remain front and center in the crisis affecting the education sector, there is a call for government to ensure that if it asks retired educators to help fill the gaps, they must be fully compensated and exempted from statutory deductions. The Jamaica Teachers Association JTA says it is weary of teachers returning at a time in their lives when some may not be physically up to the rigors of the current classroom environment as it relates to the students with maladaptive and other negative behaviors. There have been discussions for some time now about re-engaging retired teachers, and early last week, parliamentary opposition urged Education Minister to reduce bureaucracy so that retired educators and pre-trained teachers can fill vacant teaching posts in the short term. These people who come back should not pay any statutory deduction and should get their full salary because they would have already reached the point of getting their pension because they're pensioners, JTA President Winston Smith argued in an interview on Friday. If you now bring back these teachers into the system, what are the benefits outside of the basic salary? Will their additional work time contribute to their pension? Will these persons be paid their full salary without statutory deductions? These are concerns I have, Smith said. He said that if the government decides to engage retirees, this is even more reason for the Jamaica Teaching Council JTC bill to be pursued no further and instead promulgate an educated infrastructure development bill. This would serve the country better than a JTC bill because we're in a crisis and we have to find a way to stem this overflow and make the profession attractive, he insisted. It was the second time in a week that Smith had taken aim at the JTC bill, which seeks to recognize and promote teaching as a professional and contribute to improving the quality of teaching and learning in Jamaica by regulating the entry and standing of teachers. Last Tuesday, Smith had suggested that the government develop another initiative temporarily in place of the JTC bill. Change the whole pursuit of the JTC bill, not abandon it, but put it on pause and replace it with an education infrastructure development bill so you decide how you're going to fix education to make it more attractive and a priority, because right now we see struggling to attract young people, bright minds in the teachers' colleges, he said. On Friday, Smith said that while some retirees may be willing to take up the jobs for financial reasons, the JTA is concerned about retired teachers being exposed to harm. We are not in support of asking retired teachers to re-enter the classroom because such a move could be counterproductive and expose these hard-working educators to students who who oftentimes display serious behavioral problems. For example, the Tivoli High School incident with that teacher, Simit said, referencing an altercation between a teacher and a student at the school that turned physical and resulted in the student being charged with assault. It exposes our members to a certain level of professional harm. Remember, when you reach 65, you leave the system because the law says you are physically or mentally incapable of staying longer. So, why would you want somebody who you told that they're not good enough to stay in the system to come back because you don't want to pay the current people proper salary, he argued. As for the ministry's response to what is now being called an exodus of Jamaican teachers to take up jobs overseas, Simit said the policymakers may genuinely not be aware of just how many teachers are leaving, as they can only speak on the number that are presented in terms of actual resignations. Sources say there are more instances in which teachers go on earned leave and use those months to test the system in other jurisdictions where they are interested in taking jobs, which means the ministry would not have accurate numbers until it becomes apparent that these teachers do not intend to return following their vacation. This could be months into the school year. According to JTA estimates, more than 400 teachers have already exited the public system, during which the current summer period in favor of jobs abroad. Many more already have their feet out the door, Simit said. There is a severe shortage of teachers worldwide, and the teachers of Jamaica are being by their players internationally as among the best in the world. Therefore, the recruiters will be coming to Jamaica to get as much as possible from us. People are saying, if you don't want to stay in the classroom, why then don't go? Well, we are taking their advice, he said. The JTA also wants the ministry to expedite the appointment of a teacher where there are clear vacancies and grant time off to those teachers who are eligible and have applied for vacation leave. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, and click